Okay, so what we're going to do now is converting two percentages through equivalent fractions. So converting two percentages through equivalent fractions. So we've got all of these fractions here and we need to turn them into percentages. Well, you know that a percent just means out of 100. So if I give you 5 out of 100, you should immediately recognize that this is 5%. If I give you 27 out of 100, you should immediately recognize that this is 27% because they're already out of 100. They're already out of 100. So the numerator simply goes straight there. The numerator simply goes straight there and it's a percentage. Now, what if I gave you a fraction in which the denominator was not 100? Well, what we can do is we can create an equivalent fraction such that it now has a denominator of 100. So what you're going to ask yourself is, what must I times 10 by to get it to 100? And hopefully your answer is 10. 10 by 10 will give me 100. And remember, whatever you do to the bottom, you must do to the top. So that must mean I times the top by 10 as well. So that means I'm going to get 3 times 10 is 30. 10 times 10 is 100. Do you see how we have taken this fraction and created from it an equivalent fraction such that the denominator is 100. And now that we have a denominator of 100, we can create a percent, and that means we're going to be left with 30%. Let's now see if we can do the next one, where we're going to do the same thing. Do you see how my denominator is not already 100? So I'm going to ask myself, can I make 5 into 100? And I can. I can take 5 and times it by 20. Whatever you do to the bottom, you must do to the top. So I'm going to times the top by 20. And by doing that, I'm going to create an equivalent fraction that has the bottom of 100 because 5 times 20 is 100, 2 times 20 is 40. So now I have a denominator of 100. I can now read this off as a percentage. It is 40%. And now we come to the next one. And you might like to pause it and see if you can do it yourself. You're going to say 25 times what will give me 100? Well, it's going to be times 4. Then I'll come over here. I'll times this by 4. Whatever you do to the bottom, you must do to the top. So I'm going to end up with 11 times 4 is 44, and 25 times 4 is 100. So that means it's going to be 44%. And last but not least, you might like to try this one yourself as well. You're going to take 20, times it by what to get to 100? You're going to times it by 5. Take this, times it by 5. So that means what I'm going to end up with here is 35 over 100, which is 35%. And just like that, we have answered all these questions. So we have created percentages through equivalent fractions. Hopefully this has made sense to you. Make sure to reach out if it doesn't.